Oh my god, guys, we won. It happened. The fans finally won. Today, I can tell you that we got what was well deserved for this movie, and Paramount has finally decided to put it out in theaters. Is exactly what I wanted to say when I first read the news about this, but in fact, all of that did happen. They are releasing it in theaters, but it's actually a massive slap in the face to the fans, and it just reeks of more corporate incompetence from Paramount, just a complete and total screwing over of the fandom for this movie. So before you get too excited, there is a dark side to this release, and one that will make some of you guys quite angry. So hit that subscribe button and let's break down the latest news on the leaked Avatar Aang movie finally releasing in theaters after so much hope from the fans. Except it's just not the way we wanted it. So today we finally confirmed from Variety that Paramount has reversed a decision that fans have been furious about since April, and the timing alone tells you this probably wasn't really about listening to the fans at all, although we'll take what we can get, because the real story behind this win in quotations for Avatar fans has a lot more to do with the leak and the arrest of the guy involved, and even sadly an Oscar campaign than it does with anyone at Paramount suddenly caring about what we fans think. So it was reported by The Hollywood Reporter and Variety exclusively that Avatar Aang The Last Airbender is going to have an awards qualifying run in select movie theaters from July 24th to July 30, with 3 showtimes a day at AMC Burbank in Los Angeles and AMC Empire in Manhattan. So that means if you're in one of those 2 cities and you buy a ticket fast enough, you'll get to see this movie on the big screen before literally anyone else on the planet watches it at home on the 25th, when it will finally release for everybody on Paramount+. So just in case you're in those 2 cities, I'll tell you right now, tickets go on sale Thursday, July 16 at 9 a.m. Eastern. So if this matters to you, get on the clock and get on that computer right now. Start spamming F5 because you can get a ticket. And I really hope you manage to get one if you're watching this channel. Unfortunately though, for everyone else not living in those 2 cities, all of us are not going to be able to watch this in theaters because this is a very limited release. Only in those 2 theaters and only 3 times a day. So it's really sad for all of us outside of America and especially outside of those 2 cities, but unfortunately, at least we got that. I'll say I'm very happy for the guys who are going to be able to see it, but for everyone else, this is still going to be primarily a streaming release, debuting on Paramount Plus on July 25th. And then, yeah, basically, like I said earlier, this is just a qualifying run for the awards shows, which basically means that Paramount wants this movie to be eligible for the Oscars for Best Animated Feature Film, probably animated, and to qualify, a film generally has to play in an actual movie theater for a set stretch of time. So this isn't really Paramount changing its mind about theaters being important to the fan experience. Sadly, it's just about Paramount making sure the film can compete for an award, which is an entirely different thing, although I truly do believe it deserves an award for the animation. The plot, maybe not. The voice acting, but the animation itself. If any of you were an animator on that film and are watching this video, let me know in the comments down below, because I've had a few animators from the film contact me and put comments below before, and you guys deserve an absolute applause because the animation on the Avatar Aang film is absolutely incredible. Now, with all of that said, we have to look at the fan reaction to this because the fans are not really happy. Now, I'm happy for the guys who can see it, but if you look on Twitter and if you look on Reddit, oh my god, the fans are mad. First of all, most people were like, oh my god, this is amazing. I can't wait to go see it in theaters. And then they open the article and they see, wait, this is only available in 2 cities in the entire US. So not let alone the whole world not being able to see it. Even most people in the US are not going to be able to see it because it's available for limited showings in only 2 US cities. And then you got people in the comments saying, oh, damn this company, Paramount are doing everything they can to annoy the fans. Because again, if you look at it, this is for their benefit, not ours. They're doing this so they can win an award for the animation, which the animators deserve. But Paramount certainly don't deserve any award given to this movie. It should go solely to the animators and to the creatives on this film, because Paramount have done nothing to help this film at all. In fact, they've done everything they could to hinder this film in every way possible. So people are not happy on Twitter and on Reddit and on all of the platforms that people talk about these things. Like, this is not good for Paramount's reputation, and that was already down the drain. So we have to talk about how the original cast and some of the people working on the film reacted to this announcement and all of the leaks and all of the news around this movie, which has been a long-running saga for so long. Basically, everyone who worked on the original 2005 Nickelodeon series called for Paramount and Nickelodeon to basically reverse course and give the new film its theatrical release after all. Now, this is actually really strange and quite rare in the film industry because, first of all, these guys weren't rehired to come onto the new movie. They're not actually the voice actors in it. They've all been replaced by new voice voice actors. And second of all, they usually don't have the power to say these things because a lot of the time in their contracts, they actually can't express distaste or basically disparaging comments towards the studio that they work for. So this was really unprecedented, and I'm happy to see it. And it tells you just how much weight this franchise still carries with the people who built it and with the fans. You know, if this was a dead franchise, which it certainly was on its way to being, especially before 2020, when most people didn't speak about it anymore, and it took the Netflix revival to bring this brand back. But when it was in that point, you know, most people wouldn't have spoken up about something like this, but now it shows you how alive the brand is. People want to see this movie in theaters, they want the canon expanded, they want more series, the Seven Havens, the new twin waterbending series that is coming out probably next year, and that I commented on in a previous video, which you can see on screen now. I mean, people want this franchise to be alive and be thriving, but sadly that's not happening. So when you connect all of that stuff with this week's announcement, it actually makes a lot more sense. Paramount isn't just handing the fans a theatrical release out of nowhere, they're threading a very, very tight needle. They need to get a technical theatrical presence that qualifies the film for an awards session so that they can take some credit for this movie. And to do that, it looks like all they need is 2 real AMC theaters as a gesture towards the fans who have been upset since December. You know, they can say, hey, we did release it in theaters. But really the only motive is to get them qualified for the awards, for the Oscars, and to win awards for this movie, which they really had no part in apart from funding it. So now that the trailer's out, let's talk about the actual movie, because I've been wanting to tell you guys about what's actually in it for so long, but I couldn't because the movie was just leaked. And if I said anything, Paramount would have destroyed the channel, which they tried. They have struck the channel so many times. So anyway, the story picks up 13 years after the end of the 100-Year War, after the original series, and Aang discovers another surviving airbender, a character named Targa, who was frozen much like Aang himself was. And Aang can really relate to that. And he learns about a powerful relic that could help restore the nearly extinct airbender culture. This relic would return airbending to his culture and to people who wanted to become airbenders, therefore extending and expanding the Air Nation, which is currently only one person, Aang. But naturally, there's another antagonistic group trying to get there first. And this group is kind of a proto-equalist group who are made up of non-benders, and because they have non-bending, they are really, really bitter at the world, like the equalists and like Aman in Korra. And so because of the conflict between Aang and this group, the peace that he and his friends fought for at the end of the 100-Year War is really on the line, and it's on a knife's edge of whether it holds. And that's what the movie is about. Now, for the voice cast, many of you are going to be very angry, but for the voice cast, all of the originals have been sacked and not brought back for this movie, but it does have Eric Nam playing adult Aang, Dave Bautista voicing Targa, who is the film's main antagonist, Jessica Matten playing Katara, Roman Zaragoza playing Sokka, Dion Kwon returning as Toph, and Stephen Yeun stepping in as adult Zuko, taking over from Dante Bosco. And that is a really big change because Dante Bosco has an extremely unique voice and one that is unforgettable. So that was a little bit hard to get used to, but if you guys enjoy the movie, you'll get used to that voice soon enough. So that is where things currently stand. If you live near Los Angeles or New York and you want to see this on a real screen, you have exactly 1 week, 2 theaters, and tickets go on sale this Thursday morning, so be ready. And if you do get tickets, let me know in the comments or go to my Twitter, AvatarStarYT, and let me know you got tickets, because I would be so happy if people in my fandom end up getting tickets to this and reporting how it is in theaters. That would be awesome to see that some of my fans end up getting in. But anyway, Paramount have screwed us once again. I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me exactly what you think of this situation and what you think of Paramount in the comments down below, because this is just crazy. Doing all of this just for awards? Yeah, it does deserve awards, but not in the way. This honestly, as Morgan Bannon has just said on Twitter, this honestly feels worse than getting no theatrical release at all, because only like 20 people are going to be able to see it. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this news update. It's not the best one, not the one I wanted to do, but here it is. If you want to see more Avatar lore, hit that subscribe button and check out my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.